Hello, I'm Dr. Albanese with Albanese Chiropractic, and our mission is to help as many families as possible create healthy lifestyles and reach optimal health through chiropractic. Today, we're going to be talking about eating like the healthiest people in the world. Now, you may be asking, who are the healthiest people in the world? Well, Dan Buettner, an author and researcher, traveled around the world for about 10 years with National Geographic to find the healthiest populations, large concentrations of people living well into their hundreds, and large clusters within that population living disease-free, without chronic conditions like cancer, obesity, diabetes, heart disease. These regions, there were 5, were Arcaria, Greece, Agliastra region of Sardinia, Okinawa, Japan, Loma Linda, California, and the Nicoya Peninsula of Costa Rica. These were the healthiest populations on the planet. And they came up with lifestyle similarities within these 5 regions. Now today, we're going to talk about the diet. Now, what did the diet of these blue zone populations look like? Well, 95% of their diet consisted of plant products and only 5% from animal products. 65% of their diet was comprised of healthy tubers, whole grains, beans, and the snack of choice were nuts. And this was consistent with all 5 blue zones. Now, when you compare that to the standard American diet, the SAD diet, it looks very different. The standard American diet looks something like this. Well, 60% processed foods, 30% animal products, and the smallest amount, only 10%, from plants. Now, what has that produced? Well, 60% of our adult population in the United States has 1 or more chronic conditions. 30% have 3 or more chronic conditions. That has not produced health. And all you have to do is look at our children. 26% of the kids between 2 and 5 years old are obese, and 40% between 16 and 19 are obese. This standard American diet has not produced health. So if we can have a diet similar to the blue zones, we can produce better health. Well, why do the blue zones have such a large part of their diet consisting of plant products? Well, let's take a look and compare potato chips with broccoli. They're both 50 grams when you look at a stalk of broccoli and this bowl of potato chips, but the broccoli has a huge amount of nutrition. It is nutritionally dense, but very small calories, 17. Whereas the potato chips are not very nutritionally dense at all, but have a lot of calories. They are calorically dense with 279. And this is a very good comparison when you look at the blue zone diet and the standard American diet. The standard American diet is made up of foods that are very calorically dense, but don't provide a lot of nutrition. And they produce things like diabetes and obesity and can lead to heart disease, cancers, conditions like this. So if you look at your plate and you say, well, what does my plate look like? Does it look like that of the blue zone diets where it's majority of plants or fresh fruits and vegetables, seeds, nuts, legumes? Or is it comprised mainly of processed foods and then animal products and a very small amount of plants? See, if your plate consisted largely of plants, you're going to have a nutritionally dense diet. If we look at this chart, this is called the Andes chart. It's the aggregate nutritional density index. Came up from Dr. Furman. Now, this chart shows you 3 different color sections of food. The green section is the most nutritionally dense area of this chart, and it's comprised mainly of vegetables. The orange area, mostly fruits, is the next level of nutritional density. And the red area has the least amount of nutritional dense foods. Now, it does have some healthy foods there, like avocado has healthy fat, but it's not nutritionally dense. Whole grains are healthy, a lot of fiber, but not nutritionally dense. So if we're going to eat foods that have the most amount of nutritional density and the biggest impact on improving our health and maintaining health, that comes from the green and then secondarily the orange areas. So take a look at your plate. What does it look like? What does your diet comprise of when we look at percentages of plants, animals? How much of your diet is made up of live foods? We have a lot of videos that you can take a look at that breaks down the diet in terms of different types of protein and the quality of protein, as well as carbohydrates and fats. And we'll be doing more videos to hone in on how to create a healthy plate. But I wanted to give you this information to look at from a broad stroke perspective and say, what does my plate look like? So if you eat like the healthiest people in the world, you're going to move towards health just like them. I'm Dr. Albanese. We hope that you enjoyed this video and found it beneficial. Please share and subscribe to our channel, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day and be well.